Today, I'm gonna talk about there's a bird. I'm gonna talk about my ex, not my most recent, but one of them out of the four. And this one's the worst one. This was my third ex. Also, while smoked an American Spirit Black. So, and before I get started, obviously, I probably said this before, but she was real bad, like really fucked up. And I don't mean like just fucked up in the head. She obviously was, but it doesn't excuse her for what she was doing. Um, but like domestic violence and like she would. I'm trying to think how to say this without having my video took down. I don't know. I don't really post or nothing, so I'm not too sure what I can say or what I can't. But she used to rock paper scissors me, but with just the paper and the scissors. You know, like I think you'll get it. Took me a while to think of that. I don't know why I just put my lighter down. But like she would throw bottles of liquor at me. Uh, I wouldn't have gone with her if I would have known she was crazy like that. I'm gonna be honest. But let's just light it up. Okay. So, what name am I gonna give her? I might just call her the B word. I don't know. Let's. I've never had to do this before. This is weird. Um. Ashley. Well, let's call her Ashley. Generic ass name, not her name at all. Um, but there's a car coming. But Ashley, I met her at her job because when I met her at the time, it was October 2 years ago. No. It was September 2 years ago. Because that's, yeah. But I bet Ashley 2 years ago in September, like I said, the first couple times, at her new job at this gas station I went to in my local area, where she just moved from another state far out east. I'm not going to say what. Massachusetts. No, that doesn't really give you much, but that's where she was from. Let's see. You know, I saw her a couple times. You know, I thought she was like really pretty. And I used to go in there with my grandpa all the time. And I remember telling him like, "Oh God, Grandpa, she's so pretty. She seems so sweet. She's supposed to be such a nice girl." I was wrong as shit. But God, I look fucking stupid. I don't usually wear this, but I don't know. I just threw something on easy. I ever told my grandpa all the time, you know, I don't talk to him either. He's not very great either. But yeah, like I said, I remember telling him all the time, like, "Oh wow, Grandpa, this girl's so pretty. She's like, you know, her smile at the time, like to me, it lit up the room, like how the sun's shining on me and it's bright as shit. That's what her smile was to me. Her presence, actually, just in general. I thought she was the most beautiful fucking girl in the world, and you know, I thought she was really fucking sweet. She seemed really nice, and you know, God, dude, you wouldn't. If I were to show you this girl when I saw her, you would never think that she would do this fucked up shit that she did. I'm gonna be honest. Like God, dude, she was so fucking pretty, or at least I thought. You know, being a shitty person, I feel like you can't be shitty and pretty. If you're a shitty person and you're pretty, Like, you know, you can be pretty, but as soon as like you're a shitty person, to me, that wipes out like all attraction and beauty. Because there's no reason to be a shitty person. But I remember I probably saw her 3 times before I like properly introduced myself. Um, and every time, most of the time, actually, no, every time before that, I was going with my grandpa. Because he just wanted someone to go with. I liked hanging out with him at the time. It was pretty cool. I used to get lit. I don't know who says that still. I do. That's about it. But I remember the second time that I saw her and I was in there with my grandpa, I was just, you know, waiting for him to go grab whatever. I think he wanted me to talk to her because he knew that I liked her before that already. And what was I gonna say? Also, before I get too deep and forget, let me get like a screenshot or something. This is so fucking stupid. Okay, that'll probably work. If it doesn't, I'll figure something out. Let's take a picture later. But Ashley, I think that's the name I gave her. I almost dropped her real name on accident. I hope I didn't. I'll have to cut it out if I did. But second time that I saw her at her workplace at the time, you know, I told my grandpa beforehand, like, God, man, she's so pretty. You know, just daydreaming about this girl, dude. Like, God, I would have married this girl if I was any stupider. You know what I mean? If I was any younger. Speaking of younger, I was 16 at the time. I'm 21 now, trust me. But you know, she was 19 in Iowa. That's legal. I was stupid though to go for someone 3 years older than me. Especially her. And like I said, second day, my grandpa left me at the counter with her. I think he wanted me to talk to her, you know, like be flirty or something with her. I don't know. And he came back. We paid for it. We went back in his car, and this random lady pulled up. I don't know. She was blonde. She was a little bit older, like 40, 30. Not too old. Not very young. And my grandpa went back inside after that lady went in. He had a little crush on her too, but I'm not going to talk about it. He's kind of a pervert, I'm going to be honest. But he was talking to Ashley at the counter. And they were talking. I didn't know what they were saying. I stayed in the car, you know. I was scared because pretty girls scare me. They just do. I don't got the confidence to talk to them. But he comes back and he tells me, like, oh, that's her mom. You know, and we sit there for a bit. I thought we were gonna leave. We didn't. We stayed. Her mom, Ashley's mom. Call her Marin. What was her name? Yeah, no, I remember. We're not gonna use it, but we'll call her Marin. Comes out, goes back to her car, and me and my grandpa are talking for a bit. I don't remember the entire conversation, but he went out of his car, went over like a couple, maybe like 12 feet to the other side of the parking lot where she was parked. And he said, you know, he was talking, introducing himself, you know, complimenting her daughter, Ashley. Not Ashley's daughter, Marin's daughter, which is Ashley. Just to clarify so people don't get lost. I don't think anyone would, but my throat's a little dry. So I should have got a drink or something before I came out here. But yeah. He went over to her car, started talking to her. All this, all that, you know, introduced himself. And then he gets to me. I'm still in the car, right? I'm still in my grandpa's car, you know, waiting, you know, like, oh my God, dude, I hope he doesn't say something about me and her daughter. Um, and then he says the stupidest fucking thing, and I'll never forget it because I thought it was so fucking funny. I was so embarrassed. And he's like, "Oh, this is my grandson, my very single grandson." And that's the exact look he gave, talking to her. And she looked over at me and she smiled and she waved. And I was like, oh, waved back. I was embarrassed. I was shy. I still am. I'm very shy. And it was 4 days before I started hanging out with Ashley. Almost dropped the real name again. And then the third day, was it the third or was it the second? Either the third or the second. It might have been the same day as when he was introducing himself to Marin, Ashley's mom, who she still lived with. No judgment, I live with my grandma. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna spit no lies on here. But ooh, there's a goose somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know. But one second. But God, what was I saying? Oh yeah, he did this same kind of routine to Ashley where he's like, "Oh, so this is my grandson." If you couldn't tell, he gets his look from me, is what he said. He said I got my dashing good looks from him. So that was funny. I thought that was kind of funny. He's like, "This is my single grandson, by the way." She smiled. She was like, "Oh, hi," like, you know what I mean? Like, almost kind of flirting with me a little bit. Something came on my screen. Battery getting low. I don't know. I could probably finish the story before my phone dies, hopefully. If not, I'll have to charge it, come back out here and not do it all over again, but start from where I left off. Don't want to do that, so I'm gonna try and be as quick as possible, but I just want to get the full story in as well. My hair's kind of whack right now. Apologize. I'm not making it any better, whatever, I'll just leave it. But oh man, no, not leaving that, dude. It looks like I'm bald or something. I don't know. But God, right. Told her that I was single, and then maybe the next day after, or like a couple days after, maybe the next week or something like that, we get my cousin. He's a fucking bitch too, I'm gonna be honest. He thinks he's a gangbanger or gangster or something like that. And it's early-ish in the morning, maybe like 10 max. And we're in the parking lot and we're pulling out. I'm like, God, like, just daydreaming about this girl still. Like, God, Grandpa, she's so pretty. Like, like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Just absolutely like head over heels for this what I thought was an absolute beautiful fucking woman. I don't know why I'm playing with my hair. I'll be a fucking idiot. I'll admit it. But I don't care too much, really. I do, actually. I'm very insecure, but whatever, I don't care. Ooh, I wish it would, I wish it would do the thing I want it to do, but it's not doing that. So we're gonna mess it up real quick, and then we're just gonna leave it like that. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry. But right, the story. But we're pulling out of the parking lot. It's not very busy. There's not a lot of cars there. And like I said, I'm like, oh my God, Grandpa, she's so pretty. And then he fucking looks at me like, fucking drives back into the parking lot. And what did he do? I remember, because she was on break and she was talking to her mom. Ashley was talking to Marin, her mom. Because Ashley was on her break. But ooh, hands cramping up. It's kind of cold outside. It's like 56 degrees right now. I think it's pretty early. I think it's like 8, 7, something like that. Um, but back to the story. Sorry again. Um, he pulls up in the driveway. Talks to her's like, can you give him your number or something? Because he keeps whispering sweet nothings in my ear about how, oh my God, Grandpa, this girl's so damn pretty. And I just put my head down. I'm so embarrassed, you know. It's like, oh man, she's not gonna give me her number or nothing. Like she don't want me, dude. She don't think of me that way. She's just a fucking nice, you know. She's just a nice employee. She's just really nice to the customers. To my surprise at the time, she walked over just giggling, all happy looking. She asked for my number. I asked for hers. We traded contact, and she didn't talk to me for like a while. And then when I told her I was 16, because she thought I was older. I thought she was younger. I thought she was like near my age, like 17, 18. I didn't think she was fucking 19. But yeah. And you know, she's all giggling and at that time, and then after I told her I was 16, I was like, man, that kind of sucks, you know? Like she don't feel the same way because I'm a certain age, which is fine. The legal age of where I am is 16. I've always been into older women. I don't know why. But what was it? Yeah, she stopped talking to me. You know, she texted me one day. She's like, "Hey, you busy?" I was like, "No, not really. Why? What's up?" And she's like, "Oh, do you want to hang out or something? Like, come by my place." And I was like, man, I'm gonna get beaten and robbed, but this girl's pretty, so whatever, you know. Because I just wanted that kind of validation. It's like, oh yeah, you know, and not really just the validation. Like I wanted, I wanted to spend time with this girl. You know what I mean? And even if it wouldn't have worked out, I probably would have been friends with her. Thank God it did work out, because I have not been in contact with this girl since. Actually, she does have a charge out and maybe a warrant. She's going to court for some bullshit that she pulled on someone else close to me that I don't associate with them. Maybe one day, you know, after, oh, like she's in fucking jail or whatever. Let me look at my hair real quick. Yeah, I look like an idiot. Whatever. It's cool. It's good in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that was a good one. But, you know, I'm like, okay, like, where are you at? She was 2 miles away from me, same town, on the edge of it, in this hotel. They were living with their brother. She was living with her brother as well as her mom and her older brother as well. We'll call her older brother that they were living with, like, still living with them. Not this. Okay, Goliath is the one that was sticking with Marin, Ashley's mom, and Ashley. And they were living with their oldest brother. What name should I give him? Tyler. We'll give him the name Tyler. He doesn't deserve a generic. He deserved that generic kind of name. He was the least worst out of all of them. Still a piece of shit and a pansy and a pussy. That was mean. I'm not bullying anyone, I promise. Pinky swear. But that's where they were living. But she was staying at the motel with her mom at the time. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna walk up there because it's an interstate going up there. No, highway. It's a highway going up there. I get those confused. Sorry. But it's a highway going up there. I was like, oh, I don't have a ride. And she's like, oh, well, where do you live? And I told her, you know, like, oh, I live here, you know, middle of fucking town, you know, like, I can get anywhere the same amount of time. I just don't want to get hit by a fucking semi, you know what I mean? She wasn't worth dying for in the first place, which I thought she was, but, you know, I'm still not walking on a fucking highway to get to a fucking hotel, you know, it's, no. But, yeah, I ended up, you know, seeing my sister go outside, and she was talking to this one guy. I was like, yo, can I get a ride up here? Like, I don't got no money. He's like, oh, no, you don't need no money. It's chill. The guy also later, a lot of shitty people around here, but the guy also later turned out to be a huge fucking shitbag, you know, not a cocksucker. Yeah. I don't mean that in a homophobic way. But I lost my whole train of thought. Right. I asked, like, hey, can I get a ride? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. You know what I mean? And he ended up dropping me. Yeah, he ended up dropping me off the first time. I was trying to think because I remember my mom dropped me off once, and we were just talking, just hanging out, good old time, just chatting like we fucking known each other for like more than like a few days or a week. We're just chilling, having a good old time, I got in trouble because I didn't tell my mom where I was going, so she worried about me, rightfully and obviously. So I mean, if my kid went off running somewhere and I had no clue where he was, I'd be pretty freaked out too, But I think a day later, or maybe the next day actually, it was the day after the you know what I'm saying. But I asked my mom, like, oh hey, can you drop me off? She's like, Andrew, this is shady. You're gonna get fucking kidnapped. You've ever even like hung out with this girl outside of this, now you're going to a hotel, like, and where the highway was, once you go up there by the motel, it, like, there's a bridge, and then around those bridges is like 2 different turns to the interstate, one going out near a different state and the other going towards a different one, obviously. But, it was really easy for me to have been kidnapped, which I was, I didn't care. I thought this girl was pretty, so I thought at the time it was worth it, Ooh, I shouldn't be chain smoking these. This will kill me. Don't smoke. It's bad for you. I'll put a fucking not disclaimer, but I'll put something that says that in the video fucking anyway. So it doesn't really matter that I say it. I feel like professional. Sorry to the story. But, I went up there and my mom was like, you're gonna get fucking kidnapped. I was like, no, it was after, okay. But we went there in the hotel, and, I told her before, like, all this, I think it was, like, the first time we had numbers, like, hey, because when I was 15, I was a stupid fucking kid who liked to drink, but not really liked to. I mostly did it because I was sad, and that's a bad fucking reason to drink. Drink if you're partying or having fun, dude. Don't drink if you're fucking sad, because that just makes it worse. And now I have a problem with alcohol, and when I drink, it's hard for me to stop. And a lot of people in my family, including me, have addictive personalities, or like we're very easy to get addicted to shit. So, I told her before all this shit, like, oh, I have a problem, like, don't put that around me, because no matter what I say now, I'm gonna take it. And maybe that's on me for not having better self-control. I do now, thank the Lord. That's my man up there, so fucking bright. I should invest in sunglasses. But right, I went up there, and like I said before we ever hung out, I told her, like, oh, I have a serious problem with alcohol. Do not put that around me, because I will take it no matter what. And I go up there the second or third time, and she fucking waves this bottle of Goldschlager, like, she pulls it out, because she's about to drink, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, that's fine, just don't offer it to me, that's, I'm cool. And she was like, oh, well, you don't have to drink, like, literally waving it in my face like this, like how you'd wave keys in a baby's face, but a bottle of Goldschlager, literal alcohol, to a person that has had trouble for a while. those are pretty birds. I wonder what kind of, back to the story. And I obviously, as a stupid little, soon to be one day probably alcoholic that I am, the loser with no willpower that I am, I obviously took it. I was like, oh, you know, I would have relapsed anyway, which I probably would have, but that just made that a lot easier. And like I said, she's 19, so she did not legally purchase any of this. Ashley, like, got it from her mom, who is like 40 or 30, and her brother, which was 22. Goliath was 22 at the time, not Tyler. And, you know, I drank it, and she was just venting to me like I've known her forever. Which, you know, I don't care. You know, if someone needs to, you know, they can always talk to me. I don't care. You know, if I'm able to be there for someone, I love that. I'm a huge fucking fan of that. You know what I mean? But like she just goes on and on and on. And, you know, I'm starting to cry. You know, like it's really sad all these things that happened to her, and some of them, knowing what she did to me, I'm starting to think aren't true at all. But yeah, we got drunk, and she was like, oh, like, hey, you can stay the night if you'd like, because I didn't really have a ride home. My mom's like, oh, I don't got the gas, so if you have a ride home, you know, you make sure you have a ride home. I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a ride. I lied, obviously. And she's like, oh, if you don't have a ride, because I can't drive, I don't have my license, is what Ashley was saying. I was like, oh, like, I don't know how I'm gonna get home. Like, I guess I could walk. She's like, no, you can just stay the night. And I was like, okay, baller, that's pimp. And I was putting a bunch of stuff on the other bed because there's a 2-bed room in the hotel. And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna sleep on this bed because I don't know you like that, and you don't know me like that, so I'm sure you wouldn't want some random guy sleeping in the same bed as you. She's like, oh no, it's fine, I trust you. Stupid. She was probably fucking drunk as shit when she said that. God, I can't believe I let her do this shit to me though. It's crazy. But you know, like we're laying in the bed together, and you know, like trying to lay down. I'm sweating my fucking balls. Like I'm nervous. Like you know, like I'd never, like, never done anything with any of my girlfriends that I've had, like my exes, besides like hold fucking hands or a hug. And laying in a bed with one, that's like universal, dude. That's a rare fucking achievement right there. You know what I mean? That's a platinum fucking trophy in my opinion. You know, because my first time doing anything like real intimate with a woman, I did not have intercourse, is what I'll say. That time I didn't. And yeah, I'm getting tired. But God, I can't see neither. This sucks. But yeah, we're starting to sleep. She's passed the fuck out, and we're cuddling and shit. And she wakes up, she starts crying, and I ask her, "Oh, is it because of this?" You know, what I mean, she said, "Yeah," you know, because it's one of the things she vented me about. I'm not gonna share it because like she's a shit fucking person, but then going off on her for, you know, that's not cool. I don't do that. And you know, I can't sleep. I'm kind of uncomfortable. It's a small fucking bed. I'm not fucking big and fucking brawny or fat or nothing, but fuck, it was a small fucking bed. So I'm kind of uncomfortable and sweating. I'm thinking about moving to the other bed, but I don't want to leave this girl that just cried in my arms while she, like, after she woke up in the middle of the fucking night. You know, I don't want to fucking just, you know, go to the other bed. And then her mom Marin comes in, and you know, she sees me there, and this is the first time I've like seen her outside of like, you know, while Ashley was at work. And so I just suck it up. I just try to put myself to sleep. I probably got like 3 hours of sleep. I could not sleep. Um, I'm talking. Oh, my phone is now at 10%. 10. That's 5. Surprised you didn't know that. But sorry. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing to a fucking camera. But and then her mom offers me more liquor, as well as Ashley. And I remember not much after that. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna skip ahead. I should know this was gonna be a fucked up relationship and a shitty one at that, because we got together, like officially, and started dating like on the 13th, Friday the 13th in October, and this is also the same day that we were going to a haunted house. And before we went to the haunted house that same day, we did some dirty. All right, and this is my first time too. No, it was 2 days before that is when my first time was with her. I was in there. I'm gonna be honest. I was beating it up. And then okay, so while we're going to the haunted house, we pregame and loads of fucking Fireball, like loads of it, dude. I'm already fucking drunk. I'm not preed. I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to fucking party. Like I was drunk as shit. Like I said, I can't believe I fucking made it in there. That's dope. I remember. And we get to the party bus and we're drinking more. We get to the haunted house and then we go back. Not much happened at the haunted house. It was a haunted house, big ass fucking line. Took forever. But we go back on the party bus and her brother Goliath is like, I will give you $20 if you throw up right now in that trash can. And she was like, deal. And she started throwing up. I've never thrown up when I was drunk. Until that day. And that was the first time that I ever threw up from drinking. And it's mostly because I can't stand vomit. It was also because I was pissed fucking drunk on that party bus we were on. Well, we took a party bus there. I don't remember if I mentioned that. But she was really fucking mad at me, and I didn't even know why. And then, like, after she would throw up and I hear it, I can run to that party bus bathroom, I blow chunks. I tried to aim for the toilet. Dude, it was on the wall of the sink somehow, which was behind me. I don't fucking know. And sorry. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired. I didn't sleep last night. Whatever. I'll thug it out, as they say. And so we go home, and she starts like being real fucking mean to me. I'm like, oh, like I must have done something wrong. Doesn't give me a reason. Doesn't tell me like what I did that was wrong, or like give me a reason on why she's angry or upset with me or yelling at me. And she's like, get out of here. I don't want you in here right now. And mind you, we are in my house, my mom's house, that her and my dad own, by the way, telling me to leave my room, my own house, because she doesn't want to see me. Which I was letting her live with me in my room. Which she had a place to stay, which was at her brother, what's the name I gave him? Tyler, his house. And I didn't make her pay any bills or anything, and neither did my mom, because I begged my mom not to, like a fucking simp or something, dude. But I was in love with this girl, dude. I would have done it. I would have past tense. I would have done anything for her at the time, and I did a lot of stupid shit for her and let her do a lot of like stupid fucking shit to me too. Um, but you know, we're gonna jump like this. Her arguing with me, telling me to leave my house happened a lot. Like whether it was storming or whether it was fucking cold as shit, like I would leave, you know, because I was like, you know what, she just needs time. And I would go out on a fucking run or in the middle of the fucking night, freezing or pouring down rain, storming, anything. And I would just run and I'd cry, like, you know, what am I doing wrong? You know, like what's wrong with me? What did I do? You know, because I wasn't doing like the pity, like, oh, what did I do? Like I was like, I actually thought everything that was happening was my fault. And I'm not gonna lie, I had faults. You know, I'm not gonna say I didn't because that's not true, is what it is. But I'm trying to think of a different word for it. I might come back to that later and see what the word I'm looking for is. But ooh, it's getting warmer. Hands aren't as cramped up as they were. But you know, like her kicking me out of the house happened like my own house, my bedroom actually in my house, like happened a lot. My mom would like run and look for me, come pick me up. She's like, I want that bitch out of our house. I'm like, but she didn't do nothing. She's like, Andrew, look at you, dude. You've never done that. Cause I'd never run away. I've never like ever done like the stupid shit I tried to do. Like I tried to take my life multiple times, like a lot when I was with this girl. Like a lot. And she didn't care. Because she just fucking told me like, oh, you don't want to fucking do that. You're a fucking pussy. Like, if you're gonna fucking do it, but don't try to make me feel bad for you because of what you did. And most of the time, I'm gonna be honest, I had faults. I will admit, 100%, I've had faults. I did have faults in the relationship, but nothing that justifies any of the shit that she did to me. And this is the least worst of it, is her kicking me out of my own house. But like a month after, I convinced her like, hey, you know, because they're looking for a place to stay. They don't like living with their fucking, you know, Marin didn't like living with her son, fucking Tyler, you know, and Elodie, and who the fuck is, what name did I give her? It wasn't Elodie. What did I give her? Haley? Ashley. That's the name I gave her. Okay. Oh yeah. Ashley didn't like living with her fucking brother Tyler. And ooh, I don't know if you heard that. That was pretty good though. Trust me. But you know, I convinced her to move in this place, which, you know, rent was cheap and it was owned by a church. So I was like, oh, if you suck up to them and like tell them that you're a firm believer in God, they were atheists and they liked demon shit. So that should have been a bad sign as well. Because I was Christian at the time. I'm more spiritual now. I don't do none of that demon shit. I don't fuck with demons. Like, I won't say their name because I believe in demons and shit like that. You know, just spirits. You know what I mean? But I was just more spiritual. I just didn't know what I believe. I don't know what I believe in now, but I was Christian at the time. And you know, they got the place. You know, it was awesome. There was like 3 people fighting over it too, and the guy that owned it, which was with the church, that was literally right next to it, fucking, you know, gave it to them. And that was awesome for them at the time, I thought. And while the power and the water wasn't on, me and Ashley, we were kicking it there. You know, like, okay, the water's gonna be turning in like 3 days. We can last it out, and I'll just run over to my mom's if I wanted something to eat or some shit like that. And you know, just anything, something like a frozen fucking pizza, sandwich. You know, I'd bring it over to her, like make her food. You know, all that nice stuff. I'd be a great house husband, by the way. This is not like, I'm not looking for a relationship, is what I'm trying to say. But you know, like I would cook. I would take her clothes over that were dirty. I would take our fucking sheets. Well, we didn't have a bed in there. I would take our fucking blankets or our pillows, like whatever, over there, wash them, cook, clean. The house that we were staying at the moment, I would cook, bring it over, like make her something simple, or even like fucking like I would make her What did I make her? I didn't make her chicken Alfredo, did I? No, I think I made her steak once. Yeah, it was steak. I remember. Um, hmm. But yeah, I would clean all her shit. I would wash it. I would cook for her. And I would run back from the house. And what sucks is the house I told her to get for rent. Her mom and her brother Goliath was literally across the street from my house. Terrible fucking decision. I should have never told them about that. But you know, like I said, I was in love with this girl at the time. And I thought she was the prettiest thing in the world. And yeah, sorry. But you know, and we were kicking it there. And one day while we're there, she comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, like, let me cut you." I was like, "What do you mean, like my hair?" She's like, "No. Like, let me cut you." Or like, no, she wanted us to cut together, but she wanted us to do like an X right here and shit. She was like, "Oh, well, like we'll always be bonded together now." I'm like, you know, that's kind of romantic. That's sweet. You know, some stupid fucking kid that already had suicidal tendencies and shit. Not the music group. I was like, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, let's do it. And we did. And after that, she's like, okay, let me do it again. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do two. And she's like, no, I'm just gonna do it on you now. I was like, okay, that's fine. I didn't care. I just, as long as she like loved me, that's all I really cared about. Because I didn't really get that feeling from most people that I was with before her. And she did it a lot. I remember one time after that, she gave me a knife. She's like, oh, like we have matching knives now. And it was, I still have it. I use it for fishing now though, like if I need to cut a line or some shit. And you know, after she did that, a couple days or a week later, oh my fucking god, that scared the fuck out of me. Big ass fucking bird. I'm a fucking pussy, Jesus. But you know, that's when she started like beating on me, and threatening to beat on me. She threatened to beat on me before she did, but you know, she gave me a heads up, you know, so that was nice, I guess. But that's when she started beating on me, and that's when I would drink a lot more. I would drink a lot heavier, whiskey or fucking vodka or Fireball all the time. After that, it was, you know, and it wasn't for like oh fuck her, and I would go leave and drink. I would drink in that fucking house right after she would cut me, or fucking just degrade the fuck out of me and belittle me. And you know, and I went on that for another month. And I remember one time we got into like a big ass fucking fight after she fucking was hitting on me. Not hitting on me, but hitting me. And you know, I lost my fucking temper. I didn't hit her. Would never fucking hit a woman in my entire life. That's for fucking pussies. And like I raised my voice at her. I was like what the fuck? And she was like everything. She said this word for word. Everything that is bad in this relationship happened because of you. Saying me, Ashley did. And I fucking yelled. I'm like, what about all the shit that you've done? You know, I finally kind of snapped out of that. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, whoa, what the fuck? This girl beats on me. She's saying everything's my fault. You know, I kind of like, I was like, I had a moment of like realization. You know, almost like I had an epiphany, I think is the word, or some shit. Not an epiphany, but like I broke through. You know, and I fucking snapped on my original voice. I was like, whoa, no, fuck that. What about what you've done to me? She's like, I've never done nothing wrong to you ever. Name one thing. I started telling her, like, you beat me, you cut me, you throw liquor bottles at me, you forced me out of my own fucking house, and you quit your job soon after because you thought I was gonna make you pay rent. And you complained about getting a job unless I was gonna work there with you. And it's like, yeah, I loved spending time with her, you know, but I know that going to work every day with someone and hanging out with someone every fucking day, it's not good. You guys, like, everyone needs time to themselves. Like, we might have been in a relationship, but we're still two different people, you know? And I firmly believe, like, no matter what, if you're in a relationship, that's your other person, but that's not, it's not you guys for everything all the time. Like, everyone needs their own space sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird, but she would complain about getting a job. She wouldn't pay bills, rent to her mom, let alone mine. I didn't really care if she didn't pay mine, but now I do. Got some of that money. You know what I was saying? But she didn't pay fucking rent for her mom, nothing. Like, Ashley was a fucking bum. She was shitty. Like I said, beat me, throw liquor bottles at me, whether they were full or empty, either or. Hit me with fucking objects and shit. Like, cut me, and I was willing most of the time. But dude, I was a kid, dude. I was 16, letting a 19-year-old woman abuse me, verbally and physically, cut me, throw bottles, like, beat me, it's still abuse, like, all this shit, manipulate me, gaslight me, and I still did anything for her, because I loved her. I was like, oh, she'll come around, she's just having a bad day, it's not always like this. It was like this, like, either every day or every other day. And for that entire 3 months that I was with her, I drank every day, like, all the fucking time, all time, every day, 24/7, every fucking day, because I believed everything that happened in the relationship for the longest time was my fault. I'm about to cry a little bit. I'm trying really, not like super hard, but like, I'm trying not to. I'm not trying to cry on camera and then post it. And then, like, she was pushing me, trying to kick me out of the room that we shared. She shoved me into the wall, like, pushed me out of the room. I almost fell over. I didn't, because I'm a G like that. And I went back, try not to fall. Went back, because I thought I was gonna fall. Almost did. Like, and my fucking hand, like, right here, my fingers, slapped her fucking wrist, and she fucking went and flung it into the fucking, like, the side of the door, like, where the hinges would be, but on the side where the hinges aren't, if that makes sense. And then she's like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe you did that. Oh, you a big fucking man now, like, antagonizing me. Like, what are you fucking talking about? You sound fucking crazy. Like, you actually sound fucking insane. And, I went on the couch and I sat. She's like, we're fucking done, dude. Like, we're over. And I was like, whatever, because she did this shit a lot. Like, a lot. She would say she hated me all the time, but then the next fucking day she would be all lovey-dovey, like, oh, and then, like, an hour later she'd be a fucking total asshole and, like, beat me or verbally abuse me or cut me or throw bottles at me. The cutting kind of stopped after she started beating on me. She'd go downstairs and cut a lot, and then lock herself in the bathroom to make me feel bad. Which she told me, she's like, oh, I just wanted you to feel bad. It's fucked up. I'm gonna be honest. But I remember that day, I was like, okay, I snapped. Like, okay, like, what about you? What about what you done? And that's when, like, I fucking flicked her hand in the fucking door. When I fucking accidentally hit her fucking wrist, like, right here, with my fingers, and she went and flung it into the fucking door. I was like, okay, like, like, maybe that was my fault. I got her an ice pack, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, maybe her wrist hurts, I kind of feel bad, and then she went, I went downstairs with her mom and her brother, Goliath and Marin. I was like, yeah, like, she's being really fucking, like, rude and mean to me right now, and I didn't even do nothing, and then she texted them and called them, like, hey, can we leave? Something like that. And then she was like, like, if you're not out of that house by the time I get back, I'm gonna have Tyler do it. Tyler come deal with it, and we'll see if you're gonna leave or not. Cause he has guns. I'm just saying. I wasn't scared of him. but I'm not gonna get fucking shot over a girl that beats and abuses me. There's not really a lot of wind in there. So I was like, fuck it, left the house. And I was like drunk I was pissed fucking drunk off of some fucking gin or something. And Fireball before that. I was drunk that entire fucking, not that entire day. I only got drunk after she fucking got in a fight with me. 'Cause, you know, I was sad. I was like, man, this girl I love fucking hates my guts. And she tells me that all the time. But she stayed with me, I guess. That's weird. And so, you know, I was sad as shit. I was stupid. I was a fucking kid getting beaten and abused by this fucking 19-year-old, and I was 16. And so, you know, I was gonna take my life. And my mom called the cops, obviously, as you would for your kid. And I probably ran from them for, I think it was an hour and 20 minutes. But I gave myself up because I had to use the bathroom. I wasn't gonna pop a squat on a tree. I was like, hey, y'all can take me to the hospital, like whatever y'all need to do. Like, can I just use the bathroom? And they're like, yeah, we'll give you that privacy. Though, like, they didn't come and like wait at the fucking bathroom door. They were like in the dining room, and I was in the bathroom, which was like 6 feet apart. I could have fucking ran out that house. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't, because like I told them like, yo, you can take me, whatever. And I remember going to the hospital. I got out 3 days. I was like, wow, that was fucking weird. I must have recovered real fast. I started talking to her fucking again. She's like, oh my God, I'll change. I was going through all these fucking messages that she sent me over three days. 3 days, not even paragraphs, like lines after lines after lines after lines after lines after lines of like, I'll change. I'm so sorry for everything I done to you. I was like, okay, maybe like me trying to kill myself really fucking shitty. I was like, maybe that was like, you know, like maybe like, you know, maybe like me disappearing or something. It was like, you know, like she realized like all the wrong she did. I texted her, she's like, I had a miscarriage, it was yours, and it's all your fault because you weren't here to comfort me when I needed you. And, you know, I believed it like an idiot. And try to kill myself again because, you know, like, I still liked her, I still loved her. I probably would have got back with her, she didn't tell me that. Because I truly, really did believe that miscarriage that she had. Also found out later it wasn't true. She was lying to make me feel bad. Per usual, she did that a lot. So I went back to the hospital for another 3 days, and they're like, one of the nurses or doctors or something told me, like, I knew you were gonna be back here. I was like, ouch, you know, but she's like, no, I'm serious, like, I knew you were gonna be back here. I was like, why? She's like, because you didn't do nothing here. You didn't really talk to no one. You were really silent all the time. You didn't give us a chance to try and help you. Why is that? I was like, I don't know. She's like, I think you don't deserve it. Something like that, like some philosophy thing. And it really got to me. It kind of opened my eyes a little bit, actually. I remember going back out. She was texting me. She was more rude this time, but she's like, I promise I'll change. Just stop being a fucking dick. Something like that. And I called her. I'm like, hey, like, I miss you. It's like, but like, I can't do this no more. Like, I want my stuff. And when she came back, I told her, like, I gave her a hug. I was whispering, like, we're not really over. I just don't want my mom to think that we're a thing still. Total fucking lie. I wanted my fucking things back. I never got all of it back. She still has a blanket of mine, my pillowcases, and my pillows. I'm fucking mad about that still. You know, my mom, being the fucking coolest mom in the world that there is, came over this fucking curb to our house and our front lawn, almost ran Ashley right the fuck over. I mean, she would have been flat as a fucking pancake. This is a big ass fucking SUV we got, right? And she's like, I don't want that fucking bitch around here no fucking more. And if I see her, I'll kill her. Like, she was yelling at me, and she's like, I can't fucking believe you. You said you wouldn't go back. And like, after I went, I was like, Mom, I just wanted my things. She's like, oh, hey, why were you hugging them? Because like, I wanted all my stuff. I was lying so I can get the rest of it back. I blocked her the same day after, though, because I was like, fuck it, it's pillowcases and shit. But I didn't think about that because I thought they were in the bag. Like, I thought it was like, whatever. But it's like, dude, wild. And this one motherfucker came to my house. What name should we give this motherfucker? We'll call him Cleet. It's fitting. He kind of looked like really fucking weirdly. Like he looked like this, right? But like more like his hair, like it kind of covered the side. Like he had more of a fucking mullet than I did. You know what I mean? And I'll stand by that. I'll say, and I'll give credit where it's due. You know what I mean? But she sent him to our house, which I wasn't living in. This is after I moved out, and now I'm with my grandma. I love my grandma. My grandma's awesome. But, like, this is literally the same day, actually, which is crazy. No, this is the day after. I was wrong. My bad. I was wrong. But, this is the day after I moved out with my grandma. Moved in with my grandma, sorry. Moved out of my mom's house. And this motherfucker Cleet, what was her name that I gave her? Ellen? Ashley. Got it. Or was it Evie? No, it was Ashley. It was Ashley. This motherfucker Cleet that Ashley was fucking around with, you know, right after me. What can I say? First come, first served, man. I tell you what. But it's really weird. Cause she sent him over to our house, and he's stupid. He's a fucking idiot for what he fucking did. He went to my fucking house where I'm not even at, trying to start shit with me in the very wrong way. Cause like, you know, if you wanted to scrap, like, dude, I'm all about it. Like, I don't look very tall right now. I'm damn near 6 feet. I promise you. But like this motherfucker, like he could have just, you know, like shot me, said like, let's run it. I'd be like, all right, bet that, you know, let's do it. We're like, you know, meet me here. Cause I'm not about to meet someone that wants to fucking beat me up for a reason I don't even know. The fucking wherever he wants to go. I'll be like, hey, public park, we'll do it there. We'll do it at a fucking public park, and I'll beat the shit out of you. You know, well, whatever. That's not what happened. He went to my house, which I was not living at. My mom's house, which I was not living at. Literally the day after I moved out. And said, loud as fuck, screaming at the top of his lungs in the middle of fucking town. I mean, I'm telling you, right across my street was a fucking courthouse where the cops sit at all the time, excuse me, and a fire department, and then 2 banks. What fucking idiot. And I don't even think I said what he said yet. But he said, I'm gonna kill everyone in that house. And I quote, that's what he fucking said. Really stupidly, after ringing the doorbell, which had a camera on it, still does actually. Come fuck with me. Like a fucking idiot. I was pretty fucking mad though, because all my siblings are in there. And my youngest brother is just turned 4 actually. He was like 3 at the time. No, 2. He was 2. And so I got fucking mad, man. I was pissed. Because if something would have happened to that little ass kid, that brother of mine, buddy, I can't even say what I would have done on here. I'm going to be honest. But it, very illegal it would have been, I tell you. But, yeah. Threatened to kill everyone in my mom's house after I moved out. And it's funny, because it was the day after I moved out. So it's like, I couldn't have fucking done nothing wrong to him. Like, where I live now from
where I used to live with my mom, way fucking far. Way fucking far. And I didn't even know who this fucking guy was. Until I did. Now I do. Where you at, man? Where you at, Cleet? Huh? What's up with it? No, but, it's like, dude, like, 3 fucking months, and then the fucking 2 after it. Right. Oh, and also the thing with Cleet, like, 5 months after this, right? Almost a fucking year since I talked to this bitch. To Ashley. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect her. But, it's fucking crazy, man. Because I had no contact with her. After that 3 months, I didn't talk to her family. Didn't go to anywhere she was at. Barely even fucking saw her. It's like, what the fuck? And you're having some guy come to my mom's house where all my siblings live and have him say he's gonna kill everyone in there? Bad, bad, bad. I'll tell you what. But no, it's so crazy to me. That is insane. And I thought, I do, and I still do. I hold grudges, not as much as I used to, actually. I'm pretty proud of it. But that's so fucking insane. This girl I thought I loved, and I thought she loved me. Like, fucking Jesus, man. Fucking H Christ, dude. I tell you. Like, dude. Like, don't ever get with a girl that fucking beats on you, dude. No matter what. Unless it's like some freaky shit. Maybe. I don't judge. I don't know. But, like, that's just so fucking crazy to me. And, it still hurts me a lot. But it's hurting a lot more right now because I never got the chance to talk to anyone. Or, like, I do. Like, I talk to my friends, you know what I mean? I tell them about it if I need a place or some shit. And they're always there for me, and I really appreciate that. I love all my friends. Huge shout out to Key and Moses. Those are my goats right there. No one knows at all who they are, but they're my boner and Fart Simpson. I probably can't say that. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's about it for Ashley. That's what we're calling her. She's really a fucking bitch.